Yitzhak, thank you for being with me here today. And I have so many questions. I know you were instrumental in the Red Heifer search process. Were you not working with Bnei Israel?
So first of all, shalom.
Yes, shalom.
And as I said a lot of time, I apologize about my English.
Oh, it's excellent.
But I forgive you for your Hebrew.
Thank you.
We are okay. I'm more than 25 work in Uvnei Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
This is Israeli organization that looking for redemption in Judea and Samaria and other places.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big projects that we are working now is the Red Heifer.
Yes.
And we do it together with the American organization. His name is Boneh Israel. Boneh, which means build.
Yes.
So we want God build the temple. This is the main goal.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Heifer is a step before the building of the temple.
Yes, it is. So is it weird? Some people may think it's weird, Jews and Christians working together toward one goal. I mean, why do you think the Christians are doing that? I know they donated these cows to you. They helped raise funds to fly them to Israel, and now they're helping with funds to build the third temple. Why do you think the Christians are supporting you in this effort?
I don't know why the Christians support it, but I know that people are looking after the truth.
Yeah.
And if people feel that this is the truth, so they will go and all the time I said you have two options in this world. You have one option, like us now, to sit in the soap, watch the TV, watch the movie,
Yeah.
and say, wow, nice, good, not good, complain, not complain. And you have other option, is to get up from the soap and do. And be part of this journey, the big journey that we are more than 2,000 years looking for the redemption, looking the back of Israel nation to the state of Israel. And it's a process that take time. In a few days we have 29 in November is the day that the UN decide to establish Israeli state.
That's right.
And again, it's a process. And we are in a process, we are in a part of a journey.
Yeah.
And we have the decision if to sit and watch or to be part of it. And I think that the decision is not only for the Jewish people, it's also to all the other people in the world to be part of this thing. I think also that the Red Heifer, as I said, it's a step for the next step, that is the temple. But the Red Heifer also, it's a special order from God that King Solomon said, Amarti echkema vehi rechoka mimeni. King Solomon, that was the genius man in the world.
Yes.
And he know how to speak with animal, he know everything. And he said, this specific rule of God, I don't understand. I think, Amarti echkema, I think that I'm smart, but this commitment is far from me. I don't know the explanation for that.
Yeah.
And the special thing in the Red Heifer is that we are talking about second step. Until now we're talking about the physical world, and the Red Heifer is the spirituality world. And I think that Christian, Muslim, Jewish, everyone want to come to the next level of this world.
So you have 5 possible candidates for Red Heifer in Israel right now, as we speak. What are we waiting for now? What's the next step until it's like barbecue time and you're gonna burn the ashes? That's what everybody wants to know. What are we waiting for?
So first of all, we're waiting for the age. By the halacha, by the tradition, the cow had to be at age 3, at the year 3, which means 2 years and 1 month, 2 months, something like this. So we have more 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So this is the reason that we are waiting.
Yeah.
Second, there is a lot of question and a lot of, let's call it problem. I don't believe in problem, but a lot of things that we have to deal with include to organize a place in Mount of Olive.
Yeah.
I suppose that if we bring any farmer to a show,
Yeah.
Tel Aviv, we need security and engineer. The same. This ceremony is going to be so big, and I believe that a lot of people from all over the world will be part of it. So we have to be organized for this. It's a big show.
I agree. And like you said, security and getting prepared for it. And that leads to the next step, which you talk about, building the third temple. And how is that going to happen? I mean, people are wondering, is it going to be on the Temple Mount? Are y'all okay building it in the Judean wilderness maybe? Is the plan still to make that happen on the Temple Mount? What's the process to make this happen? I know it seems big, there's so many steps, but that's where you're going for, right?
Yes, at the end of the day, the temple will be built in the Temple Mount.
Yeah.
And it will be a house for prayer for all the nation. This is, the first building in the Bible. It's the Tower of Babylon. And Tower of Babylon was something that unite all the people to build a big tower. And the punishment, because God saw that the people don't want to work for Him, they want to fight with God. So the punish was to separate them and send them to all over the world. The temple, it's a house that actually
bring them all back.
To bring all of us back to one building to pray to God. And yes, it's a process. I don't know if the temple will go from the sky to the land. Maybe God will do this miracle.
Oh, but
maybe we have to plan it. Okay, we are in a process. We learn it. And again, we're going back to the history. To build the Israeli country, if I would tell you 80 years ago, let's go to Israel, let's go build a state, you probably ask me, are you sure it's not dangerous, it's not complicated, who will give you the license? But yes, when we are doing, God give His power inside, and today you are more than welcome, all the people that join us, more than welcome to visit in Israel, see amazing country with strong economy, strong technology. And again, 80 years ago, it was like a dream.
Yeah.
So the same about the temple. It's easy to say it's impossible, we cannot do it, it's too complicated. But the other option is to try to do, and God will give His bless.
So do you think, I know you've talked about before that this temple is going to bring about the Messiah. Passage Zechariah 6:12-13 talks about the branch who's going to build the temple. He's going to sit and rule on it. So does the temple have to come first for the Messiah to come, or the Messiah come to build the temple?
We don't know exactly. I mean, there is a few arguments in the traditional halakha, in traditional rabbis. But again, I think that the Messiah is already here. I mean,
He's alive.
Only a blind man cannot see the miracle of the state of Israel.
That's right.
And we don't know if it's a man that live, or maybe it's kind of spirituality. But absolutely, we are in the day that the Messiah is in the street. We don't know Him yet, but I think that everyone that visiting Israel, visiting Jerusalem, can see Jerusalem never been so huge like it's today. Israel Agukal became to be like in the first days. You invite to my garden in my home to see the fruit.
Yes.
It's like a bless.
Yes. And blooming in the desert.
Mark Twain, he's from your side. Visit in Israel 150 years ago, something like this, 64, I think. And he wrote, this is disgusting country. It's like a desert, a lot of disease.
That's right.
And come today and see.
It's exploding.
And you can say, no, it's only human made. I believe. To believe is to believe in God, is to feel.
Yeah.
And I feel and I believe and I see in my eyes that we are in the time of redemption.
Yeah. So you're working toward it, but you still expect God to come in and make things happen.
I think that already
He's already, yes. Oh, he's already moved. He's already moved with the establishment of the state of Israel. Ezekiel chapter 40 and 47, I know it's not the same numbering as in the Hebrew Bible, but talks about the new temple. Ezekiel sees the temple and God has them measure out the dimensions of this temple. And it's quite different from the two previous temples. It's gigantic. The structure is different. Is that the temple y'all are looking to build? The size and dimensions of that cover the whole Temple Mount and even need more room than that, most people say.
the big problem with Ezekiel is to understand his prophets.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, he's not talking only about to build a new building with other size that we know from the first and the second temple.
Yeah.
It's also about the divide the country for the tribes.
That's right. Their allotment.
But in other ways that we know in the last at the first when Israel get inside Israel,
Yeah.
so it's different. So I don't know to explain exactly what is his prophet
Yes.
and what exactly the size that he talked about, but I can see the Bible, all the other prophets, all the other rabbis later on that talk about a temple. That again, it's not a building. We can build a building very nice in New York, in Manhattan. I think that there is more nice place in the world like the Himalaya. We can build a building in the Himalaya. It will be magnificent. The issue is that the temple is the house of God and the house of the prayer for all the nation. And this is the power of this building. And again, we don't know exactly what is the size, what exactly to do where. There is a lot of argue about a lot of details in the temple, how exactly will look like the menorah, how exactly. There is a lot of question, but again, we can sit, watch the movie and say, oh, nice, oh, this is not nice, oh, you have to change it. And we can get up and be part of what happened. And this is exactly the point that in the Red Heifer, I found a good friend here in specific in Dallas, but all over the state, that decide to wake up, and help and support, and really, without their help, I don't think that we are standing where we are standing now.
That's true. So you're about working in unity with everyone. You're not about division and quarrels. So you're trying to get everybody to come together for this one.
That's what I try, yes.
That's what you're trying. And if God's with it, I believe it will come together.
Here we are today again, found the Red Heifer and working for the Red Heifer. We are prepared to build a visitor center in Shiloh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had actually last week. This is a news, breaking news.
Breaking news, tell me.
Breaking news is that last week the municipality of Benjamin got decision to let us part of land in the site of Shiloh to build a visitor center and a little ranch for this Red Heifer.
Wow.
You know that Shiloh was actually the tabernacle tent place for 396 years.
Wow.
And the second step was the temple.
Yep.
So now we don't have the tabernacle tent, but we have the Red Heifer, and Be'ezrat Hashem, with the help of God, it will be the second step to the temple in Jerusalem.
Everybody will be able to see the heifers there.
Everybody will be able to see the red heifer. Everybody will able to see what we're talking about, what we need for the ceremony of the red heifer. And my opinion is that this visitor center don't have to be a visitor center for cow. I mean, we are not a zoo. We want to do it as a visitor center of redemption. That people will understand that we are in a time of redemption. And I think that this is the message. The red heifer is part of it. But we are in a very special time, and we have the bless from God that we are living this time.
We are, yes.
And I hope that this visitor center will be part of, again, and we choose specific in Benjamin, Judah and Samaria to do it to let people understand that we are coming back home.
Well, I'm blessed having the opportunity to speak with you today. It's not every day one gets this opportunity, or even to see the Red Heifer. It's monumental, to say the least. But thank you so much, Yitshak, for speaking with me and answering my questions. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Cannot wait.
Don't wait. Come and join.
That's right.
Thank you very much.